Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy third day of the Republican National Convention. Hi to Stephen Hill and hi to Myra J. How are you both today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Can't you see? Can't you see? All right,
I
no.
I see. Where are you? Are you
Had to
back
get.
out on vacation?
I'm on work release. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Again,
Well, I'm just basically taking Lori Laughlin's place at her place till she get ready to come in.
Oh,
So
that's
okay,
funny.
that's
That's
okay.
funny.
this is where she will be prisoning. So that's great.
Is that right? For
Yeah,
two
yeah.
months. For
2 months.
two whole
Yeah.
months.
Yes. If she had
Wow.
done if she had done more time, she probably gotten less time at the spa.
Resort. Yeah.
The spa. Um, that's a whole thing we really don't talk about because it just seems so ridiculous. But as one who has gone to some of the finer colleges in the country, and having done it the old-fashioned way, we earned our way into the schools. It just seems so ridiculous that these people and $500,000 they spent to try to get these girls to pretend that they were on crew.
Two words.
You know,
Two words. Two words. State school. Help me. Wait. $500,000 for a state school.
Exactly. Yeah.
$500,000 could have started them a damn business. They didn't have to go to school.
Then
Duh,
boom, boom.
And Myra,
duh.
they got the business. Their dad is a world famous designer.
Right. I'm like, how dumb were these chicks
If
that you
you
had to
right,
pay? Good Lord.
It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So, but that's I guess that's for another day. Let us talk about did Stephen Hill? I know that you watched. Myra, did you watch any of night two of the Republican National Convention?
I had to watch where I actually had to come in and just like all the mothers, I understand because we must talk to the stylist and the cook and look at all of my nude photos. So yes,
So
yes,
yeah.
yes, and find ways not to hold my husband's hand. Yes.
yo.
That was very good, Myra.
My husband, the 45th president.
Wait, did she
45th.
say 40 to turn? Like she didn't
Yo,
know?
she was like I swear to God she was about to say 43rd, and then in the middle of words she's like 45th, 45th president. What number is
I'm so
45th?
glad you said that because I went, did I hear that wrong?
Yeah, no, you
Yeah,
heard it right.
yeah, no,
No.
you heard it correctly. And the other thing
45.
is, see, I also thought she was going for 44th, because she has a tendency to take
Right.
things from the previous first lady and make it her own.
Because once you go black, oh well.
Oh my! And as her security knows, she's probably done that. Um,
Ah,
So she spoke, Tiffany and Eric, the second son and second daughter, spoke at the convention last night. But what got me was, and you might want to talk about what they said, if you have anything about them. Um,
Tiffany was just glad to be out and recognized,
Right,
okay?
right,
yeah.
right.
Tiffany was like, they let me speak, they let me speak.
The good thing is they did not pan down to see where the tan line is around her ankle where they keep the bracelet. So that was smart of them. That was really smart.
Don't
Bro.
pan down.
That's right. No, no.
Eyes up here. Eyes up here. Yeah.
I felt like she was blinking in Morse code for a minute, but maybe that was just help me.
Me.
I couldn't even. I lost her mom's name yesterday when I was on talking about it, and how do you forget Marla Maples and all that went on with that family? But I mean, and that's when Donald
Why
Trump was a
why
real
not
player.
Donald? Why not forget Donald did? Oh, oh, slap.
Snap and slap. Do you remember when Donald Trump had Ivana and the family, Ivanka and Don Jr. and
At the
Eric
ski resort.
at the ski resort and had Marla stashed away at another ski resort
Mm-hmm.
in the same city, and it
Mm-hmm.
all kind of crashed there.
Avalanche. Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
yeah, it avalanche exactly.
shows
Avalanche
shows
romance.
shows his
Mm-hmm.
ability to manage antagonistic relationships.
Right. He can't even handle his own home, okay?
Vote for
Let
Trump.
alone the country.
Oh, he was handling that. Let's be clear. Anyhow,
Come on.
all right.
But what got me was Donald Trump. He is determined to be in every night and practically every shot.
Yes.
And so last night, with the installation of Americans as citizens, as well as the full pardon of a black man who was a former bank robber, he came out of jail, turned his life around, invited Donald Trump to an event. And so he became friends with Donald Trump after inviting him to this event. And Trump chose this particular moment to record his full pardoning of this man, of this
And
gentleman.
boy, was that a surprise. And, and this will probably be a surprise to him. And everybody was like, yeah, wow, okay.
And how about the installation of the foreign citizens to become Americans? And you've got all of these people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who want to become Americans and are unable to. But these lucky five, representing all the countries,
That he
including
can't pronounce.
that he definitely could not. And
Oh no, he can pronounce. No, he can pronounce it. Let me be clear. He pronounces it shithole.
and thank you. Thank
That's
you.
it. That's it.
That's his
Yeah.
pronunciation of the countries.
That's it.
Shithole.
Yeah. Yeah. And they won't even let these people have their citizenship taken to that level by use of Zoom. They said, nope, we're gonna hold off on all of that until this virus thing is over. And these lucky five got a chance to be a part of the Trump show last night.
But you nailed it with the Trumpster. You nailed it. Everything he does is because he knows how to manage TV. You can say what you want about Donald Trump, but his ability to make a show and to get his point across on TV. People used to call Ronald Reagan the great communicator.
Communicator, right?
Right, right. So the times have changed, but Trump is absolutely capturing the zeitgeist now, is how people consume it. Like, oh my God, these are the lucky five. They were standing along like they were about to spin the wheel on The Price is Right.
Right.
They were in line like they were going to spin the wheel on The Price is Right.
Yeah.
But Trump knows how to manage it. Nebraska. Oh, Wisconsin for the black man. I'm so sorry. Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh my gosh.
It was astonishing. It was astonishingly. It was vile. It was just, and the fact that it were all people of color. And I respect that there's a lot of people of color wanting to be in the U.S. citizens, but there are also people of the Caucasoid race that want to be. But for some reason, Trump needs to find people he can look down on.
Yeah.
Right? He never wants to look. If you get another white man in the room, especially, he doesn't feel, and he doesn't look as powerful as he wants to. He can only do it when he feels like he's looking down. And I think that's what bothered me most about last night's ceremony.
Well, what they've been trying to do so far is the colorization of the Republican Party. Because I'm like, I haven't seen this many people of color within the last 3.5 years. But they managed to have them prance out on stage just as happy as can be. And I'm like, but let's watch what they do. They still don't like you. Okay? They still will not include you. Stop being silly.
Well, somebody needs to get that word to Attorney General Daniel Cameron, because he was as happy as so proud, 34-year-old first African American to be the Attorney General of the state of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
I wanted somebody to put in the crowd, and we're still waiting for the officers to be arrested that murdered Breonna Taylor. If that would have come across on the TV while he was talking,
oh man, I so
I
wanted to hear Joy Reid say
I
that.
I
Yes.
could not believe they trotted out Daniel Cameron
Yeah.
for the I it was astonishing, and the fact that he allowed the name Breonna Taylor to escape his
Yeah.
lips
Yeah.
was I was in a room by myself and I'm looking around and like, did everybody see that? Did everybody see that? It's the most disgusting, like the fact that he'll do nothing. Look,
Mm.
he's not even communicating to people on how he might proceed. He's been
Right.
as
Right.
tight-lipped as possible. So for him to get on the stage and even act like he has any compassion towards that,
Hmm.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised his home is still standing at this point. I'm gonna be honest with you. Be honest with you. That was infuriating.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
Maybe
was
just me.
it was infuriating. I will grant you that. I will agree with you on that. And I just wanted somebody to say, keep her name out of your mouth
Hmm.
until you come up with a decision. We are 5.5 months in, and nothing. And I can only imagine what her family must have felt. Uh,
Okay.
Certainly, if they're not watching last night, I don't believe, but as the news came out and people came to them for some response to his speech. And instead of being there in Louisville or wherever, he could have done his job and continued the investigation into this young woman's murder.
Hmm.
I differ with many people about the process of Breonna Taylor.
Hmm.
Right. The cops. It was a series of unfortunate incidents, and I do think there's be more investigation, and I'm not sure. Basically, I'm not sure the cops could be convicted if they were arrested, and I'm
Hmm.
concerned about if they're arrested and not convicted, that the day after that acquittal is going to make Rodney King look like Great Flags, Six Flags Great Adventure, right?
Hmm.
That being said, the fact that he used that platform to utilize her name to forward his own political ambitions,
Yeah.
talk about being a puppet of the Republican Party, right? No
Yeah.
one has said, no one who's not. So has anybody said Black Lives Matter yet? Beside, like somebody who was black the first night said it, but no
Yeah.
one black has
Right.
actually said Black Lives Matter. So for them to use Daniel Cameron to basically do their bidding,
Hmm.
oh,
Well, Steve, I think he's quite familiar with that and doing the bidding. He is the political mentee of Mitch McConnell. And so he has been in this situation for quite a long time. And I think that he's looking at the polls and perhaps kind of hedging his bets as to where he goes from here, as especially as far as Mitch's reelection
yeah.
campaign, because Amy McGrath, I believe, is doing quite well, or certainly better than many expected in the polls as of right now. And here
Mhm.
we are, what, 67 days out. So I think he's kind of hedging his bet, and as well as trying to figure out where he fits in. If, first of all, if there is another Trump administration, or the return to the old Republican Party, or maybe it'll be the Lincoln Party
Mhm.
that has started as a result.
The very first Republican, Abraham Lincoln. You know,
Okay. Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the name. So, A Soldier Story, Adolf Caesar.
Adolf
If
Caesar. Uh
Adolf
huh.
Adolf Caesar's character would have had would have
Oh
already done
man.
away with Daniel Cameron.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Ada, that little
Yeah.
geeky bastard. I'll put him right down in the dirt. Come on, come on, come on. Tell you, little geeky man. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, golly. I would pay money to see that. And I would not pay money to go to the movies right now, but I would pay money to see
Mhm.
that in anybody's theater or surround sound. Um, I don't know if you guys have seen the latest news today. At first, it came out of the bubble of the NBA bubble that the Milwaukee Bucks were protesting the murder. I'm sorry, I keep saying murder. The shooting of Jacob Blake, and they were protesting, so they were not going to play in the playoff game tonight. The NBA said that's fine. We will protest with you, and we are not going to hold any games tonight. And we stand with you, Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Bucks, and then the Brewers, the
Yes,
Milwaukee Brewers
yes, yes.
a baseball team came out and said, "We're protesting. We stand with you. We're not going to play tonight."
Yep.
So
Hey.
it's a good moment and a feel good moment in the light of in the wake of the murder of two people and the shooting, the wounding of a third person by these militia people and a 17-year-old
17 years
boy,
old.
17-year-old boy arrested.
Green Bay,
Okay.
Green Bay Packers, it's your turn.
Okay.
But you know what you'll never do? You won't do it because the owners of the NFL have you all locked down,
Right.
unlike and don't allow you to express yourself like the other sports teams do. Shout
Okay.
out to the NBA, shout out to the Bucks, shout out to all the players and the NBA, the league as a whole, who is
Yeah.
really truly taking this seriously and doing what they can because they
And
understand. The NFL owners, on the other hand, I want to see how this season comes out. I
yeah,
can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Green Bay Packers are going to stay off
no,
the field? No. You
no.
know why? Because NFL money is not guaranteed. NFL money is not guaranteed. You can sign a big deal and then lose almost all
Every
of it if you
yeah.
get traded, cut. Like it's all these, $10 million deal or $20 million deal. Yeah, but only 573,000 of it is guaranteed. That's how the NFL holds them
That's how
down.
they hold you on.
Yeah.
And that $40 million slave terminology by the great William Roden is real.
Mm-hmm.
That title is real.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're talking about the NBA, let's give a shout out to the WNBA players as well.
Yep.
Those women have stood strong, and even in light of what is it? Is it the Atlanta Dream women's basketball team? And one of their owners is the very
Kelly Loeffler.
yeah,
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 from Georgia.
yeah. Your senator from Georgia, and they're going after her, and they're like, we don't care. You need to respect us, and as we say, her name, say
Mm-hmm.
Breonna Taylor's name, and
Mm-hmm.
stand during the opening, all of that stuff. The WNBA is standing strong, and good for them. Yeah,
Yep.
we really commend them. The thing with the shooting last night that was so bizarre is that these young white boys are calling themselves militia and a part of the blue line in support of the police. And as this kid was on the ground and he was shooting with a long rifle, and he started running away, and the black people were trying to tell the police he just went that way. They were stopping them because they were black
Black
people.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But good police work, I guess. We give them that. And this kid, 17, from Illinois.
Can hardly carry his wee wee. Now how he gonna carry a freaking rifle with any kind of meaning and substance to it? I mean, for real, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my gosh. It's just two people killed. And do we have that audio of Jacob's mom? Okay. Jacob yesterday, his mother and father spoke for the first time with Ben Crump and all of their legal staff. And Jacob's father was on his way and did get there before the press conference was over. Jacob's father was on his way, was going to the March on Washington that will take place on Friday. And he had to alter his route to come and see his son, who is now paralyzed from the waist down, to put eyes on his child, who they share the same name. And his mother was asking people, please, 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 please stop the violence. Jacob would not want this. Please put down your weapons. If you're going to march, let us do all of this peacefully. And told everybody, she called everybody out and said, examine your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Examine your heart. And just as a mother, only a mother can, and those that, especially a Black mama, Myra, can tell you, listen to me, please. And y'all go and listen to me. Unfortunately, those words were not listened to them as the things happened last night. But God bless that family and his little boys. His little boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. they're going to need some serious
Yeah.
counseling and therapy. Like somebody posted, stop telling us and preaching to us that all cops aren't bad. It said,
Yeah.
convince the cops that all black men aren't a threat.
Right.
That's the
Right.
conversation
That's the
to be
conversation.
had.
Right. That's
Just
right.
just like you said, black people are trying to say, there's the shooter. Well, we're gonna have to stop you because you're black. Come on now, for real.
For
I
real,
think
for real.
Shanta Brown, who's listening, has asked a great question. Wonder where he got the rifle from.
From his dad?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
From out the kitchen.
Yeah, from the family
It
stash.
was right there next to the pancake mix.
It was right by the back door.
It's a part of life. Come on now.
Eesh.
I mean, kids in rural parts of Illinois, where he's from, they start shooting guns before they can have a license to drive or anything else. This kid isn't even old enough to vote yet, and he's out
Okay.
killing.
Okay.
And that's a good time to say, but most of you who are watching us now are. So please make sure you got registered and you vote. Voting is just, what'd you say, 66?
Yes, 67 days away.
67 days away from you going to the poll. And again, if you are voting for Biden November 3rd, if you're voting for Trump, then you go November 4th. They're splitting it up.
Good point. Good point.
They're splitting it up this year.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Biden votes
Yes.
November 3rd.
Yes.
Trump votes November 4th. Remember
Yes.
that. Lock that in. Put it on your calendar right now.
Yes.
And you'll be a winner.
Won't we all? So we have a, and I don't know if this is a revelation or who thinks that this is, but this is, we have a great coronavirus update every day. Every day we have a coronavirus and giving new information on this and in the back and forth, the numbers we give as well. According to a new study, life expectancy among whites in the United States exceeds the life expectancy of blacks in any other year, even during the pandemic. They examined the national life expectancy data and demographic models to estimate how many white deaths from COVID-19 would be needed for the white death rate in 2020 to reach the levels of the year with the lowest black death rate ever recorded, and that was 2014. And it concludes the coronavirus would need to kill an additional 1 million white Americans
Wow.
for their average life expectancy to fall to levels seen by black folks during non-pandemic years.
Okay, let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm sorry
Right.
about the disparity. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But also, wow,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a former mathematician, that's kind of like the averages and how you get to that average is astounding. If it's 1 million people have to die to bring it down to the rate for African Americans, that's
Well, once again, numbers may start to go off the grid because for some reason now the CDC is saying, that if you're asymptomatic, you no longer have to be tested.
The way you used to.
And Dr. Fauci, when they asked him about it, he said, well, I was getting surgery when they came out with this. I was shocked myself. I saw it on the news and went down,
Yeah, contrary to Hamilton, he wasn't even in the room.
He wasn't in the room when it happened.
Exactly. I'm like, come on, you all.
Yeah.
And they've had several doctors on television today, and all the doctors are going, I don't know why they came up with that. Why are they saying that? We know why they're saying it, because Don the Con wants the numbers to drop. So he wants less people tested so he can go, see, the numbers are going down. Don't fall for the okie doke people. I'm so pissed off with the CDC. Now, they right here in Georgia.
Right around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Right up the street, okay? 3 shots of Patron will do it, Sybil. I'm going to tell you right now. I will wrap myself up in some saran wrap and some goggles and be right down there. CDC! Like I'm looking for an ex that owed me some money. Hey, CDC! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! I know you in there. Open the door, CDC.
Don't make me. Yeah. Oh my my God. This is so crazy. And as it goes on, and how we got through 2 nights of the convention for the first mention about how sorry they are about the loss of life. As we are now, what, 180,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. Anybody? I went to the post office today just to have a look around and see how business was. Anybody been in there lately since all of the brouhaha?
I,
Sis, I'm concerned, candidly, about going to the post office because I believe that is where the origination of the word disgruntled came from. So I'm not sure. Yeah, we're gonna cut your funding. We're gonna fire you. We gonna find a postal workers. I'm like, all right, it's all right. I'm a FedEx. I'm good.
okay. I actually drove by there to drop my application for an absentee form. And I'm gonna tell you, the parking lot was full.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that drop box right outside. Did my drive by, like, nope. Too many fingerprints on that door. Not going in.
Okay. Okay. Stephen Hill, I don't know if you know her, but I want to know this woman. She is the Attorney General for the state of New York, Letitia
Ooh.
James.
No,
She
no.
is one bad A woman. I really admire her and the things that she's doing. So yesterday, the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, filed a federal lawsuit challenging the changes that have already taken place throughout the United States Postal Service, and also to stop any future reductions affecting service. And a part of the suit, named in the suit, filed yesterday, are the Postal Service itself, the President of the United States, and the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy. Um, Louis DeJoy's been through it over the last couple of days. Friday, he appeared before a Senate House. Saturday, the House came in and they came up with this bill, passed the bill for $25 billion to go into the budget for the Postal Service. And then Monday, he had to appear before the House committee. And somebody asked him, they said, well, you said you're going to stop the implementation of removing the mail sorting machines, of removing the mailboxes. And he said, yes. And he said, so are you going to put them back? And he said, no. And I swear, I didn't hear anybody say, why not? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You took him out. Well, this wasn't my plan. This wasn't something that I did. I was just following the rules. And then it came out that, yeah, he wasn't the one that implemented this because he really just came onto the job in May. But according to the former chairman of the United States Postal Service Board of Governors, his name is David Williams, he testified that our old friend, the man with the funny name, Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, had been directly interfering with Postal Service operations for months before Williams resigned. So Steve Mnuchin he's doing a little something over here. He's doing something with the coronavirus relief fund. He's trying to stop the Postal Service. He's doing a lot of bidding from one person in particular, many people believe, in order to help out for their election November 4th.
But
Nice. I see what you did there, Flair. I see what you did there. I see what you did.
but how can he justify them taking away the post office boxes and the fast sorters in the post, and then say, but it's not going to have any effect on the mail?
Myra, exactly.
Every postal worker should have started marching in and pimp slapping him from the floor.
So that's because when they first started to do this plan, they thought they were not going to get caught. Right. This plan has been in effect for a very long time. We just catching on to it, and so they're so deep into it. That's why there's routes to pull up everywhere. Like, whoa, moving the boxes. Oh, the mail sorters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All this had been part of a plan. They thought they were not going to get caught. These are elections that happened. Didn't you watch Scandal? Elections are taking all time. Did you? Defiance, Ohio. Defiance, Ohio was a real thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Defiance, Ohio is a real thing. I don't care what y'all say. Defiance is real. No, but seriously, people have been trying to take elections for a long time, and this was going to be their method. And they were really down. They were really down the pike. Like, okay, mail sorters, check. Mailboxes, check. We're going to sow seeds, check. When you say, will you move out? Well, I don't know if these results will be legit, right?
Yeah.
It's all building up. So.
And never thought they would get caught. And you say that, and you're talking about scandal. I went back to Watergate days with the tape on the door jamb. It's like we can just go in and go into the Democratic headquarters, and we can get, mess some stuff up. We can get the information we need, and we can get back in it. Just put a little tape on that, and that'll enable us to get in easily. It's just like.
Okay, but the problem is they actually did get in. I mean, they got caught, but they did get back in. I'm like, who was not checking it? Who let the dogs out? Who did not check the date?
And the man that found it, poor God bless Mr.
Yep. The poor black security guard who literally set a great mark in history, couldn't even get a freaking job after that.
How crazy is that? That the Democrats of all people would not say, you know what, you got a job for life, mister. Look what
you would think. You would think, if nothing but going around checking doors for tape.
You are so good at that job.
Yeah.
Steve, I know you're a big NFL fan, but are you looking forward to The Rock and his XFL league?
Sybil, I am not, even a little. Not even a little. Not even a little bit. A $10 million league. It's like what Brett Favre made in like a weekend. I don't see how are they going to finance a league with $10 million? I am not. No. Look, in NFL, once they combined with the AFL back in the late '60s and became NFL became the NFL. It's going to be hard for anybody to crack that code. People have tried for years, and I respect Dwayne Johnson. He's one of my favorite actors, but but I'm not sure. I wish him well because I always wish a brother well. But I'm not excited for the XFL.
I am kind of excited.
Oh, you are? How so?
First of all, because it's The Rock. Because I really do and you want the brother, like you say, you want the brother to do well. A black man, who is now the owner. He and his wife and the other investment group, they own a football league, which has always been my dream, to own a football team in Hawaii. So I'm hoping that he will have that football team in Hawaii. I know geographically it doesn't make sense. I get that, but be that as it may,
That's
a girl's
right.
dream.
That's right.
But I'm really kind of excited that they're going to do this, and it's really like the next level of Ballers, which is one of my favorite shows. After they went through all of this last season about owning the teams and the expansion teams and him being an owner and the general manager and all that kind of stuff. This is the real life expansion on that story, and so I'm really quite excited to see what will happen. And
just like voting this year is an extension of scandal. See how I brought that back?
I saw what you did there.
Yeah, thank you, Myra. Thank you. So let us look ahead to the rest of this week, because as I said, I'm not sure how this is going to go in terms of what's going on in the streets of Kenosha and all of the people that are affected by this. But once again, I just want to give a shout out to all those people who are out there on the streets and are bringing attention to this situation. And also, our prayers go out to the latest victims. It just boggles the mind.
Every day just gets crazier and crazier. And you go to bed thinking, well, this day was totally effed up. But there's tomorrow. And tomorrow goes, you thought that was messed up.
Right.
Check this out.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Always.
Like Denzu knives.
Like
And,
you like right, you don't think there can be anything else, and then
right. And they say, well, how do you people, how do you go on from this? How do you pick up every day and keep it moving? Well, if our ancestors could do what they did,
Okay.
we should have the strength to do this and to carry forth to a point where we can stop this madness, or at
yeah.
least make the efforts to stop this madness, and to bring an end to the just ridiculous slaughter of our children,
Mhm.
um, and bring some sense of justice to this.
Yeah.
It's just really sad. Um, I was talking to a friend today, and yeah, she said she went to the movies last week.
On purpose?
Yes. And I said, well, why? And she said, you like the movies. You like going to the movies. I love it. That's one of the things I miss
Me
um,
too.
during the pandemic. Yeah. But I just can't. And so she said, well, I was lured by the 45-cent
I
ticket.
I was gonna say, did she
I was
go on
like,
15-cent day?
yeah. She bought 3 tickets. And so she,
Wait, was that so that the two seats next to her would be empty?
right, right. Well, not just those on the other
That's the
side.
first thing about this that made sense. That's the move.
Yep. Yep. And I said, you weren't, she said, you would not believe the way they're cleaning it. And I was like, I'm sorry. No, you can't. She said they had some sort of contraption on their back. It looked very space age, sort of, oh, not space age, but it sort of looked like Ghostbusters, remember?
Oh
Where they
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this thing on their back and they were cleaning and, off the seats. It was kind of a mist, and they were doing the floors and the chairs and the armrest, and everything was, she said it was just so clean, and I wanted them to come to my house. And I was like, I'm sorry, and I don't know if I'm alone. She said it was maybe about, she said maybe 10 people in a theater that held at least 100.
So when they were cleaning, and the people
Mhm.
had the proton packs on, did they cross the streams? Because crossing the streams is bad.
I don't know. I did
It's
not ask that.
a Ghostbusters reference. If you're a geek,
I
Yes,
got that.
yes,
I
I
appreciate
got it. That was
yes.
beautiful.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, that wasn't nothing but some little Clorox and water. Okay. Hey, when I was cleaning, just like our grandmama did. Look, baby, you put a little bleach in that. I don't care what it was. It might sting sometime, but you're like, you put a little bleach on it, it'll be all right.
And I said, so what about the concession situation? And she said, no, they didn't have any of that. There was none. I
So
was
you
like,
didn't have to sneak in your own popcorn?
no,
That's
they
like,
encouraged you to bring your own.
oh, man, that's part of the fun.
It is,
Trying to
right?
figure out how many ways to sneak in some snacks.
That's right.
And sometimes adult beverages when we were younger.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to do
Younger?
that, but
When did they change the rules? Because in my house.
but a lot of folks are enjoying going to the drive-ins where they're available.
Now that I would do.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think I would too. Steve, what about you?
I am not going to the movie theater until there's a vaccine. That's just, yeah.
So that's the question I've been wanting to ask people. Would you volunteer for the vaccine for the trials?
Nope. No.
No, only because I've already had COVID. So the risk of me getting it again is a challenge, or the risk of me getting it again and spreading it again is a challenge. So I'm not a good bet for the vaccine.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm sure enough that I won't. I'm sure enough that right. So I'm sure enough that I don't want to be on the first level of the vaccine.
Right.
If that weren't the
that's what I was
case,
gonna say.
right? If that weren't the case, I probably would be on the front level for the vaccine, because, candidly, I would want to take it before Jade and Charlie or Luca took it. So.
Oh, sure, your boys, yeah.
You know how the lady, she's a meme on Facebook, the sister who's standing there with her hands on her knees and she's squinting and staring.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm going to be looking at the first people who line up. I want to see if if a limb gonna fall off, you gonna grow an extra part, something. I'm gonna take the vaccine, but I will not be first, second, or third. I'm like, so how you feel? So how you feel? How many fingers? How many fingers? Because I'm just so leery. And unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword for African Americans because they're saying they can't get enough Black people to volunteer to even know if it's effective.
For the trial,
because,
Heck no.
Black people are sitting back like, we remember Tuskegee.
Tuskegee.
Like, nope. Nope. Like, make a clone of me and test it on that. But I'm not taking the vaccine first.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You make sure, and this could be too simplistic. I'll be honest with you. But what if you want to get a whole bunch of white men to do it? What if you say like, hey, in the vaccine, there's also 5 milligrams of Viagra. So get the vaccine. It may or may not work, but the Viagra we know works. Will you do it?
I just thought of something so foul that I wouldn't even say it.
White dudes be like, okay, come on, Myra, come on.
I was gonna say, I would take it there because I go, it's some Viagra in here.
Right.
There's some Viagra in here. You ain't got to worry. You hit this. This is already Viagra up, baby. This that new, okay?
Right.
Oh my God, that is so great. That is so great. That is so great. I just think it's really interesting and something, a lot of conversations that people are having regarding this. And I'm wondering if people can work out some sort of health care plan or something for them and their families if they do volunteer for this, in terms of getting health coverage. Which a lot of people don't have, and as a result of losing their jobs from the coronavirus. So, I don't know. But I like that idea about the
put the Viagra in.
Having Viagra in there. Yeah.
Check out the new. I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna be calling it. Have you had that new? Okay.
Stephen Hill, tell people about your Sirius XM show.
Sirius XM show on Saturday nights. Oh, it's so much fun. I get to talk to some of my favorite people. I've had India Ari on. Lettuce is this week. Uncle Charlie was on. Brandy was this past week. But Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern time on Channel 48, Heart and Soul. Y'all know where Heart and Soul is. Y'all listen. I got Mike Shannon in the morning. I'm on Saturday night, 11 p.m. and it's a lot of fun. Lettuce is this week. Nice. Kim is after that, and then Tony Braxton week after that. So I'm very excited.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Uncle Charlie's has been under the weather, but I understand that he has been doing very well. I've enjoyed all of the shows, and I wasn't sure. I like Brandy's music, but I wasn't sure how much I was going to enjoy the conversation as much as I did.
Oh, good. Go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just I enjoy so much.
Good job. And what about the DJ Stephen Hill on Instagram?
Just follow me on Instagram. I'm at Stephen Grant Hill, Stephen with a PH Grant Hill on Instagram. Every Thursday night, Sunglasses and Soul Music, 7 p.m. Eastern time. This week, tomorrow's going to be the music of Jammin' Lewis. The music of Jammin' Lewis. Last night I went on just because and did the music of Leon Silvers. So there's always a different theme each week. Oh my gosh, Leon Silvers, the Silvers, plus the stuff he did with Dynasty and the Whispers and Shalimar. Wow. He's just one of the more awesome creative people around. And Jammin' Lewis give a lot of the credit to him for teaching them how to produce, especially vocals. Nice. But tomorrow's Jammin' Lewis, two of my favorite people in the world. So looking forward to that music.
And Yolanda Starks White also said, last night, that's about last night. So thank you for mentioning. And Steve doesn't do just an hour or two, Myra. It goes well into the wee hours, sometimes the sunrise.
Really?
It was 7.5 hours last week. 7.5 hours.
Wow.
And what was the theme last week?
Songs with questions. Like, can we talk? What have you done for me lately?
I love it.
What you gonna do for me? Do you love what you feel? Like this song.
Who's zooming who?
Who's someone who was in there? Indeed. So it's gonna be fun. It's fun.
No, it is a lot of fun to listen to, and with costume changes and everything, Myra. Yes.
Lighting and costume
That's
changes.
my
Lighting
Stephen Hill.
and
Yes,
Gotta do it.
yes,
Gotta do it.
yes.
Myra, I had Bill Bellamy on yesterday, and we were talking about his getting back into the comedy clubs. Do you have an itch at all
Right now,
to get back into the
during
comedy?
the virus, no, no, no. To be honest, no.
I
I'm
think
waiting.
the answer is no, Steve.
I'm
And
waiting
Steve is now
for.
a shadow. Steve is now a silhouette.
I know, Sarah.
No, I miss performing, but not enough to go and just because the minute I hear anything that sounds like a cough or sneeze or something, it's mic drop. Mic drop. I'm out the back door. So no.
Wow.
What if at the door they give away Viagra?
Damn it! Now, man, now I got to think about it.
Hey, Myra,
Get that no.
That's right.
this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. I hope you guys will come back next week and we'll do it again. I appreciate your being here. Tomorrow is Thursday.
Can I do a quick shout out, please?
Of course.
I
I love shout outs. I like shout outs.
Thank you so much. I just want to do a quick shout out to my son, Michael, because I'm on a different computer. Everybody knows I'm not tech savvy. I'm usually on my little iPad, and he's not an Apple person. And so I have a PC up in my office that I have no idea what these buttons and little wheelie things do, but I got through the show. We just gonna work on the lighting because I kind of look like the Crypt Keeper right now. I'm like, God damn, where's the color check?
No, I was actually
hold on, are you sick?
It looks like you have a ring light. Like it looks like you have a glow.
A ring of what? Saturn? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Where's the color? I mean, people, I have been out sometime during it. I have had some this is just a little like, whoa. This is a little bit next to death kind of looking so
It's hilarious.
we're gonna work on that and do like they did back in the day when people thought they had a color TV when they just hung that color celebrated up on their TV screen. So next time I'm on your show, I'm either gonna be yellow or blue or green. Okay. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Michael. And also, while we're here, want to give a shout out to our young techie, the young woman who puts us on the air and does all of our stuff. She is. We couldn't do this without her. Let us just say. And she is the youngin of the group, and today is her birthday. So, Chica Dilly, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Chica.
And in my best, Chica, thank you.
Whatever.
So we will see you guys next week. I hope you'll come back, Myra and Steve.
Of course.
I'm not sure where you are going to be broadcasting from next week, but
neither am I.
But check out Steve, as I said, and we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is George Wallace Thursday, and joining George and yours truly will be John Murray, and so so it's gonna be fun, obviously, and we will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much, and we wish you well. Be safe, be careful, and I'll be watching the RNC tonight. That's my life. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thanks, Sybil.
Thank you, Myra.